220.
I'm just shooting the shits here. Like I'm not gonna shoot it.
Welcome to the stream, everyone. Like,
Yeah, we can
go
play
on.
on the server after this game. We can like keep switching still.
Streaming.
But yeah,
For
Mercury.
Yeah.
Like in terms of politics, right? Like, listen, I am very sympathetic towards like my people. So it's like I'm gonna give you my, you know, I fully understand that, you know, as a people, we've typically been the roadblock to, you know, many emperors getting into India. So like, to an extent, I do feel like as a people we're very
back on the field.
Stand by for redeployment.
Yeah.
But
Agree.
like let's if we're talking like big picture stuff here, right? Let's get we have
reinforcements
seaports,
inbound.
right? So let's say we
Loadout
make
drop headed
Khalistan
your
tomorrow.
way.
Who the fuck are we gonna trade with?
Exactly.
There's no seaports. You got Gujarat.
You're in the top 5. Bring home the
You
win.
got Pakistan, who's
5
keeps
squads
on
still
trying to
operational
convert
in the
women
AO.
and fucking, you know, turn them Muslim. And then like why the fuck?
squad
And
mate
then
is
you got China.
redeploying.
And
Well
here's the
done.
greatest part: they're all nuclear armed.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 nuclear armed states beside you. Why would you want independence in this scenario?
See,
And
that's the point I'm trying to make. It's not just Khalistan. There are multiple groups who want multiple nations in India. They want it to be,
You have reinforcements inbound.
So how can the government? They have to sometimes shut people up, because if they upset some, let's say in Southern, there are Tamil tigers and they want their own separate nation. They've got seaport and everything. If you piss off a particular group too much, the government may have, there might be a revolution, something may happen,
Hostile
right?
UAV in
So
the
sometimes
area.
government may have, I'm not defending the government, to be very honest, I'm not that big of a fan, but like, if you take too harsh of a decision, you have to keep the country together. Sometimes you have to do unethical things and not correct things
see,
to keep things in place.
Now you're giving me the real answer though, because it's like last time you wanted to defend the government, and it's like you should never want to defend the government. You're saying all the right things. Now, yet again, I also recognize that yet again, for the government's ultimate interest is to, you know, defend itself. There's no government in the world that's gonna just be like, yeah, guys, you know, form your own country, give up all this power I have, and you know, all this money I make from this job, and you know what, just take your
squad made it to the
every
safe zone.
government is corrupt in that.
Gas is moving.
So, it's not me singling out India. They're all corrupt. It's just, are they good at what they do? And that the real answer is no, they're really not good at what they do.
Okay, so
See. But now, just moving on to like the secrets with this thing. I get it, but like, you see, here's the thing: if you did this when the country was first being formed, right?
Yeah.
When it was in its inception, I would have advocated for it from the get. But see, the problem is, you sat on your laurels.
There's one more.
You sat on your laurels and you thought it was okay, you know, it's no big deal. You know, we'll see how it goes. And then as the countries, you know, somewhat
another.
growing as
There's
an
one
economy.
here. Damn. Can you res me?
I'm coming.
There's only one guy. He's gonna finish me. Right here.
Throwing me.
I tried them.
Mags. Push out. I'm
I
hit.
am
Enemy
done.
UAV overhead.
It's never this bad when we're playing with Mercury, bro.
Yeah, sometimes we get like right in between.
No,
The
this
servers.
Is like, I think this is by far the worst lobby I've ever played.
Fire sale active. 5
Remind me to give you a
stations.
discount.
Are you
Adding
playing?
This is so bad.
I thought you were talking about the players as well.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Loading fresh mag.
Enemy UAV is online.
The players with you are your teammates.
Oh, right there.
Oh, no. I'm talking
Hostile
about
UAV in the area.
Adding ammo.
It's so bad.
Enemy advanced UAV.
It's okay, you can
active.
say both of these people are really bad too at the game.
I mean, we're alive. But, like,
I mean, in my defense,
He's so
I just started
enthusiastic
playing this
about
game.
it. Yeah.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
Anyways, DJ, so
Adding armor.
I think you didn't get my point the last time. Why I was defending the government, okay? I'll tell you something. It's because, so you are aware of the caste system in India, right? It's a thing of the past, but it's still there, okay? Now there are reservations. Are you aware of the term reservations?
All I'm aware of on the caste system
Enemy
currently
soldier
is that
incoming.
there's DEI policies in place. I don't know if you guys call it
Squad's in the
India,
safe
but
zone.
like
Okay,
diversity,
Gas is
equity,
inbound.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That
is
exactly.
exactly that.
Yeah. So the
Yeah,
Lord,
I,
the
I'm
people.
not a big fan of it. I'm not.
Yes,
even
exactly.
over here-
Enemy UAV
Nobody is.
overhead.
No,
You
so here's the
accept the
problem.
Chamars, bro.
Yeah.
I'm very. No,
Squad
I
mates
have
back
no
on
issue
station.
with like.
Good
Listen,
work.
if you're Chamar or whatever, listen, I get it. Listen, if you're doing
Fire
everything
sales
you know,
over.
in good
Just in
faith,
crisis.
then okay, I hear you. And like, if you're doing it in that sense, sure.
No.
Uh,
I don't support it. No. I suffer from it.
Hear me
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So,
It's so tough to
my-
drive
my
in
whole
this game, to be honest.
ठीक है बोल रहा
अरे ये गाड़ी वैन जो नहीं चल रही है
साले उधर वहाँ से क्या कर रहे हो?
Watch out, this guy shooting. This guy shooting.
भाई तू क्यों चला रहा है गाड़ी? उतर इससे.
उतर गया
I'll
So,
drive.
so the thing with diversity, equity, inclusion is
advised.
it has nothing to do with how good you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
So even here, like when they say like, oh, like if you're
Supply
colored,
crates
we're
are
gonna give you the
restocked.
job
Advise
first.
you to load up now.
The whole point is like, it doesn't matter how good you are, you know, we'll just give you the job. It doesn't matter if you have to fly a plane. And you know, Mercury, you might be better than the guy that's darker than you, but we're just gonna give him the job anyway.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than if from an early age you gave this person adequate training. You gave them equal access and allowed them to learn. And as they were just as suitable a candidate, they actually won that position from hard work and actual merit. You know?
Yeah.
I respect
Losing
that
ground,
a lot
moving.
more than just giving someone a position because of the color of their skin. That to
Okay.
me is really
Additional
fucking
target
stupid.
added while
So
time remains.
when it comes to DEI, like the thought is nice, but when it's executed this badly, like what's the point of it? Like you're just creating a new set of problems.
Exactly.
This is not gonna lead you anywhere. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of DEI policies.
Oh,
like that.
yeah. Okay. So see, they was head into place in India, and India takes it a step further. So it's 40%
They have to, though.
reservations.
They
See,
have to
for,
Why am I not getting
Look,
redeployed?
Hold on.
okay. Yeah.
Because
tell me.
The
you're
thing is, India has such a bad reputation.
respawn has stopped. That's
telling
why.
They have to take it
Buying them
seriously.
No, but, okay, see,
Yeah, we can
fine,
buy.
but if you think about the reputation, you're going to compromise on the ground reality, right? I mean, you have to compromise somewhere. So see,
No,
they got
yeah.
40% reservation, right? And but the issue is now for all the government posts and everything, this reservation. Now let's say there was a lower caste guy who got a government job. Now he's living his best life,
Yeah,
like
where's me?
security, police cars, escorts, everything is getting right from the government. Now when their children are born, they are still lower caste and they still get the reservation. The general category people, which are us, some of us might be poor, right? But you are general, you don't get any reservation from the government. But those, the ones who've become elites, being from the lower caste, their children still get the same reservation
armor.
that
Yeah,
otherwise the lower people would get. Now, this thing is supported by all the opposition parties, and their narrative is we'll push it up to 60% when we come into the power. Okay,
That's
and
crazy.
secondly,
Hold on.
of course,
Just, I'm so sorry. Drop an armor box. for
Enemies
you
are
guys,
dropping
please.
into the
Here,
area.
here.
Watch the
Yeah,
skies.
here it is.
okay, so
You didn't
yeah,
need
as
to,
you
but
said.
yeah, so also as you the current government is major Hindu supporting government. So the other parties are it's wrong on both sides. The other parties are now openly supporting Muslims. I'll tell you how.
I'm down.
There was this case in Bengal. A girl got raped by two Muslim Hindu girls got raped by two Muslims.
you're biased.
And the chief minister, this is 2 months old by the way, The chief minister of Bengal is a lady. A Hindu girl got raped by 3 Muslim men. The chief
Bro,
minister is lady,
Next time
and
you were
she
supposed
says,
to buy, so
Yo, I was gonna buy this.
no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this.
मेरे पे तो 4000 ही थे
अच्छा 1000 का ही आता है भाई.
4000 के थे
Rick, what were you saying?
yeah, I was talking about this one incident that happened in Bengal.
Yeah, the rape case, yeah.
Yeah. The one Hindu girl got raped by 3 Muslim men, and the lady, the chief minister is a lady, okay, a Hindu lady, chief minister of Bengal.
Aryan.
But Bengal is major Muslim population. So what that chief minister says, the girl should have not went outside after 8 p.m. That was her statement. She's a lady herself. She's a chief minister,
Give me
and
the
nothing happened to those 3 Muslims. Or they were into custody and their names were not revealed, nothing was revealed. Why? Because it's a Muslim majority area and they don't want to piss off the Muslims.
ये तुम मेरी
Now
स्ट्रीम
what
में
are you
वेस्ट
supposed to
बंगाल की
do?
बुराई मत करो साले.
No, that's the game of politics, man. It's dirty.
No, exactly. No, but that's the game of the politics. They're doing it to be in power, but doing it on such ground levels that you don't even give justice to a survivor when you yourself are a woman. That's absurd,
hold on.
bro.
Hold on, Mercury. But here's the thing. This is a bigger problem then, because that means India's judicial system is a joke. Because
No. That you see, the central government later went in and they fixed everything, but that particular region, because it's Muslim majority, they don't do much shit. They're like, okay, it's fine, it happened. Why? Because if they do anything to those 3 men, then they are fucked. Right now, what's happening is they're saying that we need to revamp all the whoever votes, right, voter IDs. That okay, you are eligible to vote. They need to check everything, and that the local government is saying, okay, we don't need to do this. Why they are saying no? Because they allow
because it keeps the vote.
Bangladeshi immigrants to come in.
Yeah, I mean
Because
that's the same thing that's happening with like all the like South Americans coming
yeah,
into the US, right?
exactly.
But
So
let me give you some context on this
yeah.
matter though. So just for context, like I haven't done research. I think I maybe have done it 4 years ago or something, but
Mhm.
I because India's parliamentarian, I believe it's bicameral. So it has an upper house and it has a lower house.
It does. It does.
It does, right?
Yep.
So that means it's bicameral. It has 2 split houses. Now, the thing with the traditional Western government is each section of government puts a check in power on the next. So like the way the US government was built, and I'm a big fan of the US system, even though they found ways to corrupt it. But the way it
Mhm.
works in the US, for example, is the president does not have more power than the legislators because
Okay.
they vote in the bills, he signs them. He has some executive authority. Matter of fact, let me ask you this. Who do you think has more power, the US president or the Indian prime minister?
Are you
Prime
talking
Minister.
legislatively or in general?
Just in general, like who do you
Prime
think
Minister.
I'm
who
pretty
do you think is more
sure.
powerful?
I'm pretty sure Trump is more
You're headed to
powerful.
the war zone.
No, it would be the Indian prime minister. And that's because in general, parliamentary countries, a prime minister holds more power than a president. Now,
Oh,
when
then you're talking legislatively, right? I thought you were asking in general.
no, just in general, like when you think of Donald Trump, you think this all-powerful guy, right?
Reloading.
But no one ever considers the fact that he's restricted in so many ways. Now, mind you, you need a majority to get things done in government. In a lot of our democracies, that's how they work. And then even past that, like he can only sign bills. The only time he gets executive powers that are
मैं
like
ऑर्डर लेके आया
not checked by like legislators is during times of war. So executive war acts. So like when Bush declared war on Iraq and Afghanistan and all these things, those wars that got rid of any votes or legislators. It got rid of all of that side quarrels and stuff like that. They couldn't do anything because matter of fact, George Bush brought in the scope of the powers of president, right? So that's something very unique. Now, in the U.S., if the president does something that's against the Constitution, for example, right? Within the Constitution, the Supreme Court can check. Like, let's say he signs tomorrow, you know, all gay people are going to be executed. Day, the Supreme Court can take his ruling and vote against it. You're skipping like how we were skipping. That's how bad the lag is.
I love
like
you
that
jumping
was just-
from in game to conversation.
Yeah. That's literally how bad the thing was. But yeah, essentially,
Well done.
when we're discussing like powers over each, you know, house in India, I don't think it exists. That's my big thing. Like, I don't think the Supreme Court of India has influence over the Prime Minister's decisions, and that's always been my issue with parliamentarian countries, like whether it's
Armor
the
box
UK
dropping.
or
No,
it's
but
Australia,
but
Canada.
it exists in a different way. So whatever bill you present, it needs to be passed by majority, and that majority doesn't have to be the ruling party. So you still have the opposition party into the both the parliaments. Of course, the numbers are like 60 and 40, or there are some reserved numbers for the party
Yes.
that's not in the part.
But that's giving power to the legislators. Now, what I'm saying to you is, if Modi tomorrow says let's you know, all Muslims aren't allowed to get equal access to housing, hypothetically, right? I'm not saying this is happening. I'm just saying if he says this, right?
Down one squad, mate.
How often is the Supreme Court able to step in and be like, no, you're overstepping your powers. You can't do this.
They can. It has happened in Uttar Pradesh. Their houses have been demolished, and they have put up. So they have to go and file a case in the Supreme Court, and then they overrule the ruling. It doesn't happen all the time, but that doesn't. Though such bills don't really ever pass, because the opposition party is also into the play at all times. They need to support it too for the bill to pass. The sole party cannot pass any bills by their own. You need some support from the other party as well.
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
But okay, so you're telling me the Supreme Court is able to flex its
Need help?
Sometimes. I'm not saying every time.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not
hey,
saying
I'll
every
be fair. I'll be fair. I mean, in the U.S., that it is the case. Like, one of the big injustices that they say, like Trump has, like with banning abortion, for example. The way he banned abortion was he appointed the Supreme Court justices. They were all Republicans. And
Oh shit. There's a guy on top.
oh yeah, I'm trying to find him. He's on.
100 साल लग जाते हैं इसको रिलोड होने में.
क्या random सी shit चल रही है भाई इधर.
I don't have game audio. That's the other thing. I'm just kind of. I'm just.
Why?
I don't know. It just went off. I hear it on my
Your squad mate's back on
Okay.
station.
Press your
Good
F10
work.
key.
speaker. for some reason. Let me check.
What does F10 do?
Oh yeah, it's on my speaker. Let me put it to my headset. But I'm enjoying my conversation with fucking
You have reinforcements inbound.
with Mercury, so I don't really
Friendly
care about
loadout
this
drops
shit.
on the way.
But yeah, I mean, as long as it has some like checks on its power, like I get it. That's a satisfactory answer in my eyes. But I don't know. It's just something gives me the feeling that that isn't the case. But I'm gonna take your word for it. If you're
Hostile UAV in the
Right
But
here.
yeah, I mean, the governments are a tricky thing like that. Like Trump got all those Republican Supreme Court justices in. They voted out abortion, and that's a highly controversial subject. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's controversy in every republic in every country.
Yeah.
But
One is sitting
I'm
here
not
at the
singling
top.
out India, for example, but
But I
just
think
overall-
India needs to be singled out because it's pretty fucked these days. You've all of the neighbors we have are against us. Oh, I mean, and
that's a big problem.
and among our countries too, all the states respected to their neighboring counterparts are leaning towards them. When you go to east, they have got Bangladesh. The people in Bengal want separate nation itself. When you go to slightly north, Kashmir, there's a separate issue there. South, they are influenced by
Well,
fucking Maldives and Sri Lanka. The fuck do we do?
we know Kashmir is such a bad situation because India don't have it.
Yeah, but it's got
India
better
handled
now.
it so bad.
Exactly, I 100% agree. But it's better now. I mean, I went to Kashmir recently. It's a lot better. They have so you are aware of the article abolition, right? There was this one part.
The union status is gone.
Yeah. Now anybody can go and invest, and there are no food chains are there now. KFC, Domino's, other infrastructures are being built. Tourism is exploding. It's better, but it's still not like 100% safe. It's good to go have a trip and come back, but I won't live there.
Well, I saw the fucking mass shooting in fucking Kashmir. It's something that does worry me about that place. I wanted to
Which
talk-
one? Which one?
At the
The
ski resort or
Pahalgam.
something like when the
पता
guy.
नहीं क्या गेम है
Pahalgam, yeah, so that's a Pakistan sponsored terrorist attack.
You know
I
it's
mean,
bad when you gotta say
ऊपर
which
से
one.
देखो दिखता नहीं है नीचे
Yeah,
जाओ
so
तो
see,
मार
the fucking issue is they killed the people like 24 hours in, and they had all the proofs. They put it on their fucking websites, international. They put it in front of UN as well that this is Pakistan's doing. We have all the proofs. We have got their passport numbers. This guy was in Pakistani army before. Now he's retired, and still Pakistan is like, we want to hold an international investigation for fucking what? What? What do you mean? Either you do something about the people that are being trained in your fucking cities, take some action that, okay, we did this, it happened because of us, we'll take care of it. They don't do that. They keep defending stuff.
But you gotta realize, like with Pakistan, I know Pakistan likes to game everything, but the thing with Pakistan is on the verge of falling
Squad mates
apart.
back
Like,
on station. Good.
I think he went into the zone.
like that
The
country
US
is
stepped
like
in.
really-
The US stepped in. I'm telling you, everybody knows the US stepped in at the right time. It would have been really bad otherwise.
5,000
I mean,
active.
to keep.
Station prices are adjusted.
Yeah, China was also stepping in, but to be very honest, my personal opinion, I don't think China would have gone too far to be indulging into a full-on war, because they have got another war on their eastern front, and you don't have two wars on both of your fronts, so it would not have done that much.
Enemy
That's my
advanced UAV
opinion.
is active.
They've
I
got
do
5-1.
agree. I don't think the
Yeah.
US would do anything for them either, though. To be fair.
But I'm talking about the ceasefire and everything that Trump came on and said,
Oh.
if that intervention did not happen, things would have gotten a lot worse. Then we down 6 jets, 7 jets. Fine, okay, they did, but your own air bases got fun. Like, what about that? India gave satellite images. You gave nothing. What proof do you have? They didn't present any proof. India presented proof at the UN. Satellite shots.
Well-
Their airbase
well,
is getting destroyed.
The big problem with that,
You have
in my
reinforcements
opinion,
inbound.
is see, India presented
Hostile
proof,
UAV in the
but
area.
in this argument,
All squad mates are in the safe
the
zone.
damage is done in
Kill.
one way,
Marking the
and
rest
it's
of that
really
squad on
major.
your tag
So,
map. Get hunted.
when we discuss, arms manufacturing,
Hey.
I forget the company.
Your squad mate is marked as a
Super,
most
huh?
wanted
France.
target.
हाँ हाँ मैं
Let's go,
ऊपर
बच्चे।
ड्राइव कर सकते हैं
Your supply cache is
The plane one.
उसके ऊपर ही है.
Talking about the planes.
The plane company, the
Right
plane
there.
manufacturer.
Rafale?
Hear me out.
What is it
Rafael,
called?
yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Rafael
yeah.
jet.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this guy got down. So the Rafael jets got down, and China, who has been
Plates are
considered
real?
a very shitty arms
enemy
producer,
soldier incoming.
has got a huge boost
Yeah,
to its
Jay.
arms
Please,
manufacturing.
please.
Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you. Okay, they say they got 6 jets down. Indian people did, the army official confirmed there were a few jets down, but on paper they did not present any proof or any debris of the Rafale jets. I'm not saying they did not get down. I'm not saying that.
Mer-
I'm
but
saying
Murphy, you're a smart
वो
guy.
मैंने
and I
हवा
know
में ही
you
मार
know-
दिया
I know you know that in today's world of the internet, you don't need
Enemy
proof.
UAV.
I know you know.
yeah, but fine.
the
That's
internet.
okay. It's true, but hey,
It's unfortunate, but
I
that's
mean,
the reality.
I mean, it's a fair cost if you go and destroy air bases in a country. You cannot come back unfazed, right? That's when they downed the Rafale jets. They
Guy coming on
infiltrated
top.
Pakistan,
अरे वो
bombed their air bases, the Noor Khan base. They got satellite pictures of it, and then as they were coming
बहुत
back, the Rafale
ही
jets
अभी तो
got
खुद
shot
खेल
down.
के दिखा दे
So like,
Pro
I mean,
player.
you have to. It's not like you did not inflict any damage and then got damage.
Welcome to the stream, by the way.
It was somewhat of a fair, not even a fair trade. I mean, you destroy somebody's airbase, that's a big thing. And Noor Khan base is one of big bases of Pakistan.
Yeah.
But you know,
No,
you know,
that I definitely hear.
there's a conspiracy theory I do really believe in why US stepped
Thank
in.
you.
And it's because I'm also in aviation, right? I monitor all of this very closely. There are these particular hills in Pakistan. I don't know what they're called. And
The ones
for
that connect
some,
to Afghanistan?
yeah, I'm not aware if they connect to
The Kashmiri
Afghanistan.
mountain range from
No, it's deeper into the Pakistan, and for some reason, it's just a hill, right? There's nothing on that. India, for
Yeah.
some reason, bombed that hill. Okay,
okay.
and as soon as India bombed that hill, there were 3 recorded minor earthquakes
खाना खा के आता
in Pakistan. As soon as that happened, US kind of started stepping in, and then there was this aircraft from Egypt
Yo, you need to buy one of us.
carrying boron
How do I
and
buy?
sand.
back.
Where's the
Carrying boron
bags?
and sand.
Okay.
An
Yeah, I
aircraft
just
from
marked
Egypt.
it on your map.
Yeah.
That
So that
aircraft
happens
could.
in the case of a nuclear explosion.
Yeah. That airplane was tracked on flight radar. Flight radar tells you whatever airplane is flying, right? It's from Egypt
Just
carrying
behind
boron.
you, behind you.
Now, either they had
My bad.
some underground nuclear facility on that hill, sponsored by US to some extent, because if that wasn't
मेरी
the
उसमें
case,
चलता नहीं है वरना
why
किस
did
तो
the
हर
US
बार कर
enter
देती 10
only
मिनट्स
when
में
that
तू
hill was
बैकग्राउंड में
attacked?
न्यूज़ क्यों सुन रहा है बैकग्राउंड में
Well,
न्यूज़
And
नहीं
if
सुन
it
रहा हूँ
was,
मैं
i-
ही
i-
लार्स
if it
और
was, but
लाइक
here's the
एक
thing:
और
if
बंदा
it
है वो
was a
बात कर रहे
nuclear
हैं
explosion,
बस तू 100
I'm not,
रील्स
no,
अपने
no,
देख
not
रही है
explosion.
100
I'm not
बंदे
talking about
होते भी हैं
explosion.
इस गेम में
I'm
आई गेस
talking about the
150
it
होता
could
है
have been
micro-nuclear
containment.
facility under that
Oh,
hill.
guaranteed, guaranteed.
Yeah.
No, that's guaranteed. And so one of the big things that's popping up with Pakistan right now is
Mm.
the only reason countries like China and so China has a very big vested interest in keeping Pakistan as a state alive.
Exactly, yeah. They get
And the
to the
reason
Western
is
Front, right?
and the reason is hold on, this is a bit fun.
भाई
Back
किक
out
कर दिया
Kirash.
क्या
I mean
वो
not Kirash. Back out Yash, sorry. This is a bit of a fun thing that I did my own research on the matter. I'm gonna open up a stream here.
एक शाउट आउट दे दूं तुझे
Yash,
गंदे लोगों को शाउट आउट नहीं देता
sweetheart.
मैं
I think he's AFK.
Okay, well we'll tell him when he's back.
Mhm.
We'll keep this here. Let me go into maps. How do I close this shit? Okay. Yash,
Yeah, what's up?
back out. I'm just
Yeah, I
throwing
backed out.
Mercury.
ठीक है भाई ऐसा करेगा
So,
सबके साथ
like how closely do you follow Taiwan?
Not
तेरे
much,
को क्या
not
शाउट आउट
much.
चाहिए तो
I
ऑलरेडी
I
इतनी
think
फेमस है भाई
it's
तू मुझे
like I
शाउट
don't
आउट
see
दे
it
दे
much on the
एक काम कर
internet or anything, so yeah, not much, to be very honest.
So, you know, and these are things that I wish India paid attention to because I think some of the politicians there, I don't know what their thoughts are, but anyways, let's get into the thick of things. So Taiwan's here, China's here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, the one China policy,
क्या
right?
किस नाम से
There's the
तुझे शाउट आउट
Carousel
चाहिए बता
Islands
अभी दे
here.
रहा हूँ मैं
There's something
बता
called the
नाम बता
Scarborough Shoals somewhere around here.
Okay.
And I can even type it in for you, Scarborough. And it's kind of funny, Yash, because you know you got to
What's up?
visit Scarborough here. Okay.
Wait, what are we talking about?
So
Yeah.
the
Aditi,
Scarborough
अच्छा
Shoals,
a
the
big shout
Scarborough
out to
Shoals
Aditi
are right here,
on stream
right?
guys
Yeah, yeah.
And these are very close
ले
to the Philippines.
वो
Now,
ले
I'm pretty
कुछ
sure you've heard of the skirmishes between China and the
Yeah.
Philippines.
Yeah, yeah.
Allegedly. Okay. So what China's been doing is if we go on YouTube and we type in China island building. I don't know if you know anything about this. But China's building islands.
Yeah,
in the ocean.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Okay, but this is a real thing. And so what they do is they explain it very well. I wrote a whole essay on this if you ever want to read it. But um essentially they come in
थैंक यू सर आपके जैसा एम
um
कैसे होगा बाय द वे वालों में
why are my captions on? What the fuck?
उसके लिए मेहनत करनी पड़ती है
I don't know if they
मेरा
cover
एम
it where they cover it in this video,
मार
but
लो
essentially they
sarcasm
come
भाई
in and they basically have it's called the cabbage strategy. Here we go. Um
Mhm.
so what they'll do is they'll come lay down an island. So like consider the brown the island, right?
Okay.
जा एम
What they'll
लैप्स
do
कर
is they'll
वैलो
come
खेल
in
रेंज कर
and
हो
they'll
जाएगा
start
एम बेटर
layering around it. So they'll start putting, a naval fleet around it. And then they'll
Okay.
build another one
कैबेज
and then they'll put another fleet around it. And
क्या
it's considered the
कैबेज
cabbage patch strategy because what's with the cabbage? You have the center of the cabbage and then you layer
Yeah.
on top of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
अभी
So what
कैबेज
China
कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्या है
It's like a formation.
ओह ओके
it's a formation. It's like a defensive strategy.
ओह ऑलराइट
Up apne aap nu bachon nu. But
ओके
essentially what I'm saying is the way they come in, they have it's a very
मैं तो सुन भी
defensive
नहीं रहा
offense, if you get what I'm saying. It's a
Yeah.
defense first offense, right?
Mhm.
So the way they're coming in, these islands, so according to international law,
Mhm.
250 nautical miles from your border are considered your own borders, right?
Yeah.
But
Until
if I
you
go
enter
एक मिनट
international
रुको मैं
borders,
दिखाता
right?
हूँ ये
Yeah.
क्या कर
which
रहा है
is so your 250 is your exclusive
मेरी
economic
फुल स्ट्रीम वाली स्क्रीन कौन सी
zone,
थी ये
right?
थी
Yeah.
क्या
So
हाँ ये
so this is so it's 200 nautical miles. You have 200 nautical
ये
miles from your
कुछ चल रहा
coastline,
है
and
Yeah.
whatever fish is there or whatever oil
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, that's all yours, right?
Belongs to you.
China believes all of this, Gulf of Thailand, all of this shit is theirs. Okay, from Taiwan, it believes just Taiwan is its own, but it believes Philippines exclusive economic zone.
चल तो
Yeah.
कंटिन्यू कर मैं वैसे भी पढ़
Brunei
रही
is a
थी
big
पहले भी
supporter of
देखा
China, so they
ओके
don't even
बाय
care. They just suck
पढ़ाई
their
कर ले
dick.
ढंग से
But whether it's Indonesia's slowly starting to warm up to China. All these countries, however they feel, they all have their own exclusive economic zone. But China claims all of this. So whether it's the Scarborough Shoals or the Spratly Islands, these are all contested waters. Now you see the U.S. trying to essentially step in and occupy these territories, doing freedom of navigation operations and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets really big. Taiwan, the world's best semiconductor producer. They,
Mhm.
Nvidia, you have your 5090, all
Yeah.
those chips, they're coming from this little ass island. Okay?
Oh.
And Taiwan, whether it's TSMC, which is another
Mhm.
large chip manufacturer,
Mhm.
all the world's best chips are coming out of here. So let's look at Trump's actions here. And this is what makes him brilliant to me, but TSMC Arizona investment. So remember when he was going on about, hey, if you don't invest in my country, you can't
Yeah.
like do business with. He got TSMC, which is it's literally called Taiwan Semiconductor Company.
Mhm.
He compelled them to spend a total of 165 billion in Arizona under the
Mhm.
Chips and Science Act. They're building the world's largest fab in Arizona in America. And that's because if Taiwan ever gets attacked for
Oh.
these chips, it's a strategic ploy to keep America ahead of China with AI and with
Yeah.
technology. It's a strategic ploy by Trump. I honestly love this move. But now let's get back to what China's trying to do. So, if we look right here, what do you think China's
Mhm.
biggest threat is?
No, I don't think there's much threat, bro. Singapore, maybe? Malaysia?
There's major problems. Okay, let's discuss one thing.
Mhm.
China is very energy reliant.
Yeah.
Listen, as much as they do, they're very successful when it comes to, manufacturing, right?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about their energy usage? Because they're
No.
still using coal and shit. India still uses coal. But
Yeah.
China also has to use coal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know their energy situation well. They don't release much information, but they're very reliant on over here for oil. Okay, they
Yeah.
need Saudi,
Yo,
they need
Langa,
Iran.
welcome to the
Iran sells
stream.
a large amount
What's
of oil
up?
to them. They go to Afghanistan
ये
because they
कौन
have
है?
a lot of
ये
rare earth
लाइस
minerals.
का दोस्त है.
They're trying to go to Russia to
Russia.
get around the problem that they have here. So do you notice anything here? Is there any big problems that you see? Think about logistics. Do you see any problems? Not exclusive
Oh
economic
yeah,
sanctions.
This
they don't
conversation
have
it is about
direct
something
access
related
to
to
the
like
western
China
coast or
ka threats
Saudi
and
or all.
something and
Is
their
that what you're trying
defense
to say?
structure ko
No,
leke.
it's not going to pop out to you, but the problem is right here. The Strait
Hello,
of Malacca,
hello.
okay? All of the world's trade, about 80% of it all passes through this narrow passage,
Oh, yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
To
damn.
get to, for their
Well,
oil
मैं
to
काफी
come
बोर
into
हो चुका हूँ
China,
ये सुन के.
Yeah.
it
ये
goes
काफी
through
देर
right
से आ
here,
रहा है जब से
okay?
मैंने स्ट्रीम
Even
स्टार्ट
if you
करी
go
है.
through
I guess इससे
Jakarta
बहुत
or you
ज़्यादा
go
मिनट
through
भी हो
all the
चुके हैं
other
ये सब
Indonesian
शुरू हुए.
islands, either
आधे
you
घंटे
bring
से
it
चल
through
रहा
the
है ये
most
सब.
direct path, or you go all the way the fuck around. You got the hostile nation of Australia, who doesn't view China as a friend. So the reason why they've been sucking Indonesia's dick is because they need
एक गेम
freedom
खेल
of
लेते हैं दोनों.
navigation here. Okay? That's why they haven't been that aggressive with claiming the South China Sea past this point.
But
They say, everybody's water is mine except Indonesia.
हाँ भाई
Match
मेरी
I heard-
स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट होने से पहले
I
से चल
heard
रहा
they
है
are
ये.
trying to. They just made a deal with Pakistan a few months back that
Yes,
they're
yes.
making a shipyard.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But do
Yeah.
you see the problem? Do you see the problem?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Death match.
No matter what
Warm
you
up.
do here,
Yeah.
Indonesia is your roadblock. Either you
Yeah, yeah.
suck their dick or you got bombs. And mind you, Indonesians don't like Chinese people, but the politicians do. It's kind of very similar to how it is in India. They view Chinese as hostile. Like there's, you know how they say like the BJP has had issues in Gujarat with violent attacks. The current
Yeah.
prime minister
That's true.
has
Yes, it is.
Prime Minister of Indonesia has a similar accusation of killing off
Okay.
tons of Chinese in the 2000s.
Hey, mera
and he's
mouse,
now
mera
prime
mouse.
minister. So anyway, my point's been made. There's a huge issue with navigation here. Okay, so now if you're China, what do you do? 'Cause here's what the US is not stupid. And the reason why
क्या
I
बोल
know
रहे हो?
all these things is because I followed the US's logic
क्या बोल रहे हो?
on how to contain China. How did China
आ रहा.
It was by controlling this region. It's just coming back to life now in a new way. But they essentially choked out China and gave it no access to sell its goods to the West. That's what Britain did. Hong Kong, taking control of Hong Kong, getting rid of that port.
और
So-
शायद भाई जिंदगी कैसी चल रही है?
Now that we know that, let's first, before we get to Pakistan or Russia, let's discuss India's role in this.
Okay.
Match found.
India has the
बोलेगा लौड़े.
potential to play a major role in this because right now, like Australia is getting nuclear submarines, and India could have played a very major role in this because you got South Korea and Japan here, you got Australia here, you got
Death
India
match.
here,
Warm up.
and you got the Philippines here, right? And if there was ever a war scenario, what would have happened was South Korea would have dipped, Japan would have dipped, you would have had the US coming in. Like this
Yeah.
Philippines here is on the ground.
22nd को एग्जाम है किस चीज का?
Build this wall here.
Yeah.
And Australia could have began filling these gaps. You start filling these gaps, and India could have played a
लेकिन
huge role
मुझे
filling the Malacca Strait. And
मैं
you can see the proximity
तो
and why it's relevant.
अच्छा मुझे क्या
Right.
मैं तो मेरी
Now,
दीदी की
China's
मेहंदी
gone
में
ahead
जाने वाली
and
हूँ.
bought
Oh,
out all
crazy.
the ports in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
So
Yeah.
they're able to, navigate.
तो फिर तेरा
there and all
एग्जाम
this
कौन
kind of
देगा?
stuff. These are all, chess moves by China. Even the Maldives has started sucking China's dick. So,
Stay taut as a bowstring. Fight
initially
demands it.
when India was realizing
Fight.
this, they
Ready.
started working with the US, right?
Yeah.
No more.
India, Japan,
College के तेरे
and
exams first
Australia,
time
and the
भी
US
अच्छा.
formed a group.
हिंदी का
And
एग्जाम
it
तू
had
कौन सा
so
कोर्स
much
कर रही है?
potential.
हिंदी कौन पढ़ रहा है?
But India has taken some very questionable actions over the past few years, and it seems like they're not committed, and so it's really forced on them. So, and I think I know why. It's because in Pakistan, I have this over here because what did I have? Here? I don't know why I have this. But anyways, why is India building a highway to Jammu and Kashmir? And why is the U.S. so invested in the matter of, you know, Kashmir in general? Because it's always been interested in Kashmir. It's because, okay, do you know anything about the Uyghur Muslims?
No.
Do you know which province they come from at all?
No,
they're the Muslim
Silence.
You've heard of like the Chinese state killing them.
Oh, okay. Right? Yeah. Yeah, call something else. They did not die like that, but yeah.
Oh, is she?
The local terminology. Yeah.
Considering you're around here, right? You see that Xinjiang. This is where they all live, okay? The reason why those motherfuckers are never gonna be able to leave the state of China and have their own opinions is because if
ये लोग ये चैट पढ़ते गेम कैसे खेलते हैं?
India comes here and you know all those countries come here, they're gonna need their oil from somewhere else. And guess where that is?
Pakistan.
Yes, it would go through Karachi. Why do you think India is becoming very hyper-vigilant, building this super highway to drop to Kashmir? If there's ever a flashpoint, it would serve India's best interest to cut that highway off.
Yeah.
Because if that passage ever takes place, and China's able to access oil from here, right? That's why Jammu and Kashmir is starting to become hotter in terms of growth and development.
Yeah.
If they
Is it
allow
like additional subject or shit?
through Karachi into here,
you
know, all bets are off. You know, because India can occupy. India's nowhere strong enough over the port of Pakistan. And you're also pulling in another country. Why do you think America constantly keeps, you know, be like, Pakistan, no problem. You know, put something up and slow down China's.
I guess theory exam तो important भी नहीं होता होगा.
China's also recognized. So
neutralized.
Russia. Yeah.
So why do you see the trans pipelines now potentially being discussed in Russia, which are, you know, slated to go through? It's because there's so much unreliability here, and because no one wants to buy Russian oil, that Europe and the West, you know, Biden, Canada, and all these retarded countries, stop buying Russian oil, and now Russia has this big country right here that's a lot closer to it that can just buy their oil.
Yeah.
So now the biggest
I don't know why I read Hindi, but that's crazy.
You know, any containment of China is that pipeline, and nobody can affect that pipeline. If that pipeline's gonna happen if it's gonna happen. Now, mind you, China and Russia have a very dicey relationship. I'm not trying to tell you what's gonna happen or what to be scared of or what to be scared of. I'm just telling you these are the realities that are taking place.
Yep.
So when we're discussing Pakistan, like why is it so, like why is Kashmir always a big flashpoint? It's not even about. You can't even. Like when
Enemy
we say
down.
Pakistan has
Defeated.
insurgency in Kashmir, they're sending over militants. You don't even know if China's sponsoring them.
Could be.
No. I'm telling, like, we were talking conspiracy theories. If there's one viable one that I would make, I'm telling you that
I'm
it's
thinking
very
about
viable
this game.
that China has massive funding influence on the matter. And that is because if you keep this region
Most probably this month के end तक I'll
it
delete this.
full of problems,
10 kills remaining.
because I believe it goes to war, and it essentially issues out, and it goes around. The goal is to go around, but it's so mountainous, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem. The mountain terrain is so hard to build on. That's why it hasn't picked up in the scene. But it is slowly happening. You know we're dealing with China. They'll get this shit done. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then going back to India, you know, what's funny about all of this is, you know, like a retard like this just
5 kills
a fucking
remaining.
idiot. Like, you know, India just has such bad examples of government.
Taken out.
Guy that was saying in like like in Kashmir, like, oh, you know, not a blade of grass grows there. Nothing grows there. Why do we need it? This is the same dumbass that, you know, like, you know, when we learn about like in school, like when I was taking global political science, one of the biggest things they told us is the one thing that's a non-negotiable is your land. You know, you'll go to war for it, you'll destroy the land.
One
But the
kill
one thing
remaining.
you never give up in a war is your own land.
Yeah.
Okay? You give up possessions, you give up anything. You don't give up your own land. Nehru was the kind of dumbass. I was like, oh, no problem. Just take it.
बोलो
It's okay. You know, no big deal. Nothing grows there. And now it's because of retards and jackasses like
क्या बोल रहे
that
हैं
that we have issues like this to begin with.
लॉबी थी यार ये
So,
अरे पता नहीं भाई मैं तो
hopefully,
क्या
I
वेस्ट
made
करे
a
जा रहा
very
था
big broad
खतरनाक
point here. I mean, there's so many things to cover about this. Like, if you're ever interested,
सही बना दिया भाई
मैं
I
काउंटर
like
नहीं
when
खेलूंगा
people
मैं
take
स्विफ्ट पे
interest
खेल
in
के
subjects
स्ट्रीम
so we
बंद
can
करूंगा
go
बस
through them step by step.
स्विफ्ट पे
one day.
खेलना है स्विफ्ट पे लगाओ
स्विफ्ट
Does
लेके
make
खेलना है
sense.
अरे क्योंकि
I mean, to
स्ट्रीम
be-
कर रहा हूँ मैं और फिर मैं
To
स्ट्रीम
be,
बंद करूंगा अभी काउंट खेलने का मन नहीं कर रहा
I
है
don't
इतना लंबा
follow
लंबा
everything in this much detail like you do. I'm more focused, or mainly I only follow India's status in all of this. But I would really like to understand everything
हाँ
that's
तो
happening.
दोस्तों
That would give me a broader
हमारे
perspective.
बीच
So I
में
think this.
एक्सीडेंट किया है
Yeah.
अरे वो गलती से पहुंचा हुआ असेंडेंट है।
ये तू गांड मस्ती मत कर बहनचोद
Match found.
गलती से ऐसे ऐसे गिर के पहुंच गया भाई और कुछ नहीं। कोई नहीं दो तीन मैच खेल मेरे साथ वापस डायमंड आते हैं। हाँ
अबे तेरी आईडी में बैन क्यों लगा था भाई
मेरी आईडी में बैन नहीं लगा था वो भगवान का उपकार था मेरे ऊपर
अरे तुम क्या जेट रे सब ले लो रे।
तो हुआ क्या ये तो बता
अरे क्या बोलते हैं मैं और आइकॉनिक खेल रहे थे अब क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग की टीम में एक ओमन था वो ओमन
तू पहले एजेंट लोग
ओमन का पावर कट हो गया तो उसको वो पावर बैकअप पे चल रहा था अब वो बोला कि बहन चोदी मेरा लास्ट राउंड है इसके बाद मैं एफके हो जाऊंगा अब हम लोग अच्छा खासा 9-3 के स्कोर पे थे जीत रहे थे फिर लाइन से हारना शुरू कर दिए फिर हारते मेरे ख्याल से 9-11 या फिर 10-11 10-12 कुछ हुआ स्कोर उतने में बहन जो स्क्रीन पे आ गया चीटर डिटेक्टेड मैं खुश हुआ फिर उतने में आइकॉनिक बोलता है कि तेरा ही अकाउंट में हुआ है मैं बोला अरे भैंस फिर उसके बाद गेम रीलॉग इन करा तो सब कुछ ठीक था ये क्या बाबू हरकत कर रहे हो
तेरा भाई शरीफ चलाएगा।
चला
मेरे पे नहीं है
Yeah.
It's just they have so much trade, right? So my ultimate argument to you is, you know, India can take over this space considerably.
ये बहनचोद आज बंद नहीं हो रहे ये बजे जाएंगे
I think there's still a lot of time to take very strong.
मेरे माइक से तो इम्पॉसिबल
The
है
difference between
I don't see it
India.
happening. That's
Yeah, it's not happening anytime soon.
करना फाइट लेना
And
Maybe
trust me,
decade,
I've been the biggest
Yeah,
advocate.
थोड़ी के तेरी वजह से मैं नहीं ले पाया शरीफ
When I watch India's decision making, I'm not there, so I can't assess it. Like maybe there's reasons for it that I'll never understand. Like, I feel like if I went,
शैडो तेरे राइट में है शैडो तेरे
they
राइट
try and convince me that like
What the
but
शैडो ने वेट
that's
किया शैडो ने
because
वेट
when
किया
you
शैडो ने
lose
वेट
a
शैडो का मैंने पूरा देखा है
defense, you forego all the things I just
Spike
करना
planted.
नेट वेट
reason why
Last
I'm
player standing.
And you know, when it comes to like even little,
One enemy remaining.
I've heard India speak about Elon Musk and like why Tesla will never sell in India. And how he's a very smart guy. but he'll
वारे
never
फिनिक्स
right?
Yeah, I've seen that clip too.
These are the kind of statements. These are the kind of statements that will keep you a poor country for a lot longer than you need to be.
Thank you.
Because if you were smart, you have the richest man in the world that
Yes.
potentially would conduct business in your
Yes.
country. You know, if you had an ounce of thought in you realize he has other businesses, other assets,
Need a drop.
other businessmen that are looking
बात
at a
कर रहे
guy
हो,
like
I mean,
Elon Musk
बीच में बात करोगे?
conducting trade in your country.
मेरा तो ऑन है।
मैं तो कहीं बात नहीं। अच्छा इनकी भी बात करना है क्या? रुको ऑन कर रहा हूँ मैं।
That India puts you through to bring your international business to
नहीं तो
India
बोल रहे थे।
is so ridiculous.
लोहे भाई आवाज नहीं आ रही
That's
आपकी।
just like,
अच्छा
why
मैं
would I
बोल ही
wanna
नहीं रहा था
base
क्या?
my business out of India?
वाह
And I've looked into it, like, you know what Asion is?
भाई 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 दौड़ते हुए आए यहाँ पे ये दो लोग। इधर पहुंच गए जॉन दा पीछे 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 तेरे लूफी भाई।
One
नाइस
enemy remaining.
एक और हील
Spike down B.
आ रहा है एक और पीछे लूफी भाई तुम्हारे पीछे
They basically formed
वहीं से
हाँ,
उसी
नहीं,
लोकेशन
दो
में।
China. Okay?
भाई मारना
And
उसको।
basically, when they
रुक वन बुलेट ने ड्रीम वन बुलेट। अरे
they
लौड़े
had an
तुम्हारे।
honorary invite, so they weren't gonna be, India wasn't gonna be a part of ASEAN, but they were given an honorary, like South
बड़ा
Korea,
body
Japan,
पड़ा।
they were all given honorary
Right
invitation.
click, right click.
Because
Flash है।
ऊपर चढ़ गया वो।
बहुत मारा भाई, बहुत मारा वो।
लूफी नहीं मारा था यार।
हो रहा था
all
किसी
these
ने
kind of
मारा ही नहीं
countries,
भाई।
Philippines, shit like that, right?
नूब यार तुम।
So what happened is
Get
it
over
was like,
देना वैंडल देना।
okay,
Tama.
like let's look into it, and then they looked into it, and then
Tiri
they
bhai.
said we would have to make too many sacrifices for our domestic industry, which really wasn't the case. They wanted to create protectionist policy so that they could keep everything in house, because the thought process was we have way more manpower, and you know we can outcompete all you countries combined. Because the whole point of global trade is if you specialize in something.
Spike down
अरे
B.
पैंचल मैं ही मार रहा हूँ।
Enemy remaining.
I'm Cambodia, I'm really good at this thing, I'll focus on this. We start specializing in what we're good at, and we create a collective block for trade, right? India was like, no, you know, it's gonna affect my industry,
Last
it's gonna
round
affect
before
my
the start.
farmers, and we know how much they care about
यार
their
रेस करने
farmers.
नहीं दिया जो जिसका एक किल हुआ वो गया है।
Like I was
कौन
just
है?
like, I'm just like reading
कौन है
into
वो?
it. I was like, yo, how fucking stupid can
कौन
you
है रे?
be? ASEAN is the
तेरे लगता है कोई तेरे को ए तेरी माँ की तरफ सुन जाके स्ट्रीम में देख ले साले, जाके स्ट्रीम में देख ले।
fucking
तू ही है। मैं तू ही बैठ
That's my
सकता
closing thoughts. I
हाँ, हाँ।
drag it out.
अरे नहीं मैं तो 0-3 हूँ भाई।
When I see India
मेरे पे तो नाम ही मत लगा
conducting
देना।
it's like a blind
हाँ
guy,
भाई।
like trying to.
तेरे ऊपर तो मैं वैसे भी नहीं सोच सकता कि तू किल विल
I don't
करेगा।
want to try his food.
अरे भाई साहब जाओ भाई बाहर रहो तुम।
Every
My
indication
God.
that, like,
मर गया
My
एक।
so it's just, that's my thought.
मारना तो
I
तू।
don't like you might.
रीना है वहाँ पे।
feel different, it doesn't matter.
देख आ गया वहाँ पे। गिर गिर गिर
What
गिर
I
रीना है।
feel is
I don't wanna play.
everything that you're mentioning, right, Shankar?
वो देख साइड हो।
I think what these things
Spike planted.
are to
नहीं
be
भाई।
thought of once you are clear of your own internal issues.
my God.
You cannot go and think about doing businesses on a larger scale when you don't
लोहे को
have
plus करने
stability
देते
within the country.
यहाँ मेरा चाकू कटाई का
अरे,
प्लान चल रहा है, तुम कह रहे हो ये कर देते हैं।
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think they do,
They
but
do.
they don't. They might not have.
One enemy remaining.
लेफ्ट साइड पे ये मारो ना रे चलो।
But
अरे मारो बे उसको।
I feel like you're missing the China problem. The China problem is way bigger for a country like
कितना बढ़िया मिस कर रहा था मैं।
Country and it can manage.
साइड तो अलग से हेड हो गया माइक बंद करके।
अरे भाई
Switching sides.
देना भाई शरीफ देना।
हाँ हाँ ये लो
अच्छी शरीफ वाले देना।
लो ना, अच्छी तो शरीफ है। कंपोजिट शरीफ कॉम्बो भाई, मेरे पास कंपोजिट नाइफ भी है।
हाँ भाई नाइफ फिर भी ठीक है भाई। शरीफ भाई क्या है ये?
रेयरेस्ट नाइफ है भाई, रेयरेस्ट नाइफ है ये नाइफ। आज तक किसी के हाथ में देख ले तू, फिर बता देख के।
मिड से चलो दल्लू।
नहीं
मैं तो इधर ही जाऊंगा।
सिस्टम में क्या कॉल दे रहा है दल्ली?
फिर मैं
भाई एको मार रहे हो भाई तुम्हारी आवाज।
किसकी आवाज? मेरी आवाज?
लूफी भाई की।
मेरी कोई स्ट्रीम देख रहा होगा।
लो भाई
ओला
डिलीट।
लेजी गेमर पे लिया भाई।
लो भाई मैं भी भेज दिया भाई।
हाँ कहाँ क्यों पड़ा मेरे को? टीममेट्स टर्न नहीं हो पा रहे
नियॉन की मौसी चुट जाए।
चुत गई
चुट गई।
इतना धीरे आ रहा है, कल आएगा क्या? ये ले, मम्मी मम्मी, ये देखो
One enemy remaining.
AFK
पक्का ये जस्ट किलिंग वाला।
अरे जेन्युइन हो गया।
रिलोड ही नहीं है।
वन ड्रीम मैंने बोला
राउंड जस्ट आया ना।
सुन रहे हो क्या कह रहा है? इंग्लिश सुनो, इंग्लिश। वन ड्रीम इन ए बुलेट।
इसीलिए भाई मैं छोड़ दिया भाई।
अरे ठीक है ना भाई, तो यार तुम फिर यार वो बिहारी हो, तुम बिहारी हो क्या थोड़े?
अबे गार्डियन की स्किन है क्या किसी पे?
हाँ है, ले।
कौन सी?
रिवर।
वाओ,
मिल गई रिवर।
देना भाई, शैडो भाई कर देना जरा, धन्यवाद।
चल रे जेट, मर्चा चल।
देख बेटर को बैन के लौड़ा।
जेट लेके क्या बेटर रे?
अबे पीछे आए रे अपने।
ओ मैं तो मस्ती में बात कर रहा
One
था।
enemy remaining.
मेरी बॉडी पे वेंडल टाइट्स पे ले लेना। बस
वॉक करता करता आ रहा होगा कहीं से।
बच तो गया।
Match point.
ए बिहारी।
पकड़ मेरी ना।
बिहारी जी आप स्ट्रीम कर रहे हैं?
मेरे को कह रहा है भोसड़ी के बिहारी मैं नहीं हूँ मादा चोद नक्सलाइट कहीं के छत्तीसगढ़िया।
Oh my goodness, ओनिचा।
अरे दोनों देहाती हैं भाई, जाके मारो ना। ये लोग वॉशअप टॉक करके आते हैं। उसके KFK स्पॉन।
अभी मार के आता हूँ, एस करूंगा रे, रुक जाना।
केस करोगे?
मैं लौड़े का हाँ 2 मारा हूँ, 3 मार दूंगा, 4 मार दूंगा, 5।
अपने पीछे से आ रहे होंगे वो लोग, अपने साथ ही आ गए भाई, पीछे से आ गए।
मैं रुक कोई नहीं मारेगा, कोई नहीं मारेगा।
नहीं मार रहा मैं,
मर गया।
बचाओ मेरे को भाई, मेरे को उठा लिया यार। मारू नहीं मारू?
Remaining.
नहीं मार रहा। जाओ जाओ जाओ, मेन जाओ।
Attackers win.
घटिया स्ट्रीमर है। देखो देखो ऐसे एस करवाते हैं इसको। हर एक बंदे को 120 दिया हमने। हर एक बंदे को 120, टांग में 4 गोली मारी है तब जाके ये एस कर पाया है।
बहुत ठीक है।
जो देख रहा है वो सुन ले भाई, ये बूस्टेड असेंडेंट है। चलो भाई
बूस्टेड तो हूँ मैं वैसे, कॉम्पी नहीं यार, कॉम्पी नहीं खेलेंगे।
अब हो गया। अरे यार क्या स्विफ्ट प्ले में क्या टाइम पास करूं भाई मैं।
तो मैं तो कह रहा हूँ तुम लोग खेलो कॉम्पी।
हाँ तो ठीक है,
तो आओ ना खेलते हैं।
हाँ तो खेलो,
लगाओ भाई।
अरे खेलो मतलब तुम लोग खेलो भाई। क्योंकि फिर मेरे को जाना है क्लास। रुक जा रे, मैं जा रहा हूँ, एक बुला लो।
क्लास जाना है?
अरे जा रहा हूँ।
थामा को नहीं जाना है क्या क्लास? आज
थामा क्लास चला जाएगा तो बड़ा आदमी नहीं बन जाएगा।
ऐसा है क्या?
तो क्या चल रहा है ना भोसड़ी के। ये कौन स्टार्ट कर रहे रे? रुक जाओ, जा रहा हूँ मैं। ले रे शैडो चला गया।
शैडो यार बुला फिर से।
अरे सुबह ये ना 3 स्टैक खेलेंगे भाई, बहुत अच्छा जा रहा था गेम भाई।
शैडो चला। हाँ तो तुम लोग 3 स्टैक कर लो फिर।
हाँ
चलो ठीक है फिर, बाय बाय।
ठीक है भाई, बाय बाय।
you know how they call it the crown jewel of
Surrounding.
India? Or like,
Okay.
yeah. India is completely surrounded
Yeah.
by enemies.
Match
So it's
found.
like it's way more extensive. Even if you just do Pakistan, Maldives, China.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a bad situation. Like if we're discussing this for the China's choke points, right?
Yeah.
If China ever needed to get rid of India from blocking the Malacca Strait,
Yeah.
you can send your ships over to the Maldives.
Maldives.
You
Yeah.
you get your greater allies from the Middle East to start
Yeah.
sending their military assets to Pakistan, and you
Hmm.
just bleed out India because India has nothing it can do about it.
Yeah.
America's not close. Australia's not close. New Zealand can't help you. Japan can't help you. How the fuck is China gonna get through all this? South Korea can't help you. The only thing you have is the U.S. And the way the U.S.-India relations also have gone,
Yeah.
it's another really questionable thing, man. If I were India, like when I heard Trump was coming back into office, and I really like that guy that is under Modi, Jay Shankar. I'm a really big fan of Jay Shankar. He seems like a very smart guy.
Yeah. The foreign minister. Yeah.
Yeah, but his calculations at times are questionable. But he's a very smart, sharp guy.
Yeah.
But
What's up?
my question becomes, Trump comes into office. Why has India not broadened its trade with the U.S.?
I don't know, man. Who the fuck knows what's going on there? I think they will see. I'm not trying to defend with dismissing such simplified and serve on the plates.
Now give your takes. You know how I view the situation. So like now, like if you have an idea or thought, you give it.
I don't have any idea or thought, to be honest. To be honest, I think India still somewhat believes in being close to themselves. With like India has been a preacher of we don't wish war, we don't want war, we don't do shit. They just want to be left alone. That's what India's been about, right?
One enemy remaining.
To some extent,
Spike
I
down,
believe that
Flawless.
India has each and every resource to some extent where they don't need to rely heavily for one particular thing. So I mean, yeah, but they can easily boost their economy and everything if they would just go along with the world's pace. But they're like, no, just let us be, we'll do things ourselves, which is stupid, but hey,
Which
whatever.
is really stupid. But yeah, as long as you recognize, I'd love for the country to do well.
Yeah.
And listen, I used to run a clothing business when I was in high school, and I remember I'd always have to go to China to work, right? Like I sourced from every country. The business didn't take off, but I did get the experience of working in other countries.
Okay. Yeah.
And the one thing I can say is Pakistan never source anything from them. India has nothing in place.
How to aim like yourself, please.
Go.
I don't tell my secrets.
तू किससे बात कर रहा है?
अरे sorry, chat से mute करना भूल गया. कर तू कर.
Yeah. So
One
we
enemy
also do
remaining.
some businesses. We get
Spike
stuff from
planted.
China, but the manufacturing is done in India.
But here's the thing, okay, when we discuss like made in India, when we discuss made in China initiatives, there's like something like Alibaba, right?
Yep.
What's the Indian equivalent?
There is, I don't think there's a decent one. But you can find, but you
किसी ने कुछ नहीं देखा, किसी ने कुछ नहीं देखा.
get a reliable one, but there's not anything right now equivalent to Alibaba.
I remember a few years
तुम
back,
सब
there was a
अंधे
made
हो.
in India campaign starting off.
It is still there. I mean, Apple invested into it. Now iPhones are being made in India, whatnot. No,
that's big corporations coming in, man. I'm talking about if you're a small business or a small to medium enterprise. If I have a small business, right, I'm going to China because I can go on Alibaba and source whatever.
It's an established place, right? So yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, it's not like India is an established. If I go to night mode here, if I can do it on my iPad. I don't know if I can do it here.
You could be able to.
हट जा लौड़े
I can go satellite, but I can't. I'm out of here. I can't go into night. I can't like. I'm out of here. Usually on my iPad, I can see like when it's night. But like on here, I can't, and I've noticed that on PC it doesn't allow you. Maybe global satellite. But my point here being is India is very developed. Like, if you look at it at nighttime, it's more developed than you could imagine.
Spike down A.
Only some places. It's only some places. I've been to every corner.
But okay, let me ask you this, like, because I followed the growth of I followed
30
the growth
seconds
of
left.
If we look at it back in 2008, they were having, so they're still trying to get all the people that are living in rural
Last player standing.
to move to the city, okay? And they're forcing them. Like, it's not like, oh, come, you know, it's like, no. You know?
I'm out of here.
So, as this whole process is happening, when the country first started
Last round in the
this,
half.
these people were leaving, and then they'd have like a 2-week break out of the whole year where they could go visit their families. At the time, China only had one train system that could get you back, and if you didn't get to it, they would have up to like 72 hour to like, you know, 4 or 5+ days wait for you to get back to your family. And some people had to just abandon quest. There would be stampedes. People would get stepped over, or like, you know, like they'd get badly hurt just waiting for this train. This is 2008. So when China started its industrialization, their shit was not in order. And I would argue that it's still kind of not in order.
It isn't.
So,
Right.
there's no excuse. You gotta.
Hey, you know what
listen,
the fuck?
You ever see like when you push down one domino, it starts pushing down all the other ones?
Yeah.
Last player standing.
It's because when you start getting money coming in, you can then
खुद
start
सुन के
spending.
ignore कर दिया.
But if you have no money to spend, you're never going to be able to spend that money. So when we're discussing, oh, we need more roads, we need more highways, well, either you keep taxing your citizens to death, forcing them to produce money they don't fucking have.
No, but the work on this is
Switching
already
sides.
begin. The roads are being built. To be very honest, they are really good now.
Yeah. Okay, so then why are we not seeing stuff like, you know, Indian equivalent to like a Alibaba?
I'm out of here.
That I do not know.
If you want to take over global manufacturing to an extent, right? If you want a piece of China's pie.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Why are you not seeing these broader incentives or, you know, initiatives?
Maybe they would come out in the future. Or I just don't know. I think nobody wants to take the risk that hey, this already a big tiger in the business, right? You cannot really take half of it or some of it easily. You'll need to compete. People don't want that as of right now, I think, to take up that risk. Of course, if you launch,
you need to compete. And here's the other
you
thing.
have to take chances, but
You have to take chances.
it's not the time.
And China's not the best producer in
जाओ
everything.
जाओ आगे जाओ I'll beat you.
China's starting to get greedy post-COVID. A lot of the things that were on AliExpress or on, you know, all these websites that were cheap, they're starting to push the prices up. And that's because they're starting to have to increase the quality of life for their citizens. And as that's happening, because listen, you know, they promised the last generation that, hey, your kids are going to live a better life. But if your kids are never living a better life,
standing.
and you know, they've done other stupid things.
No
like,
charges
a lot
left.
of the kids there don't have uncles and
Watch
aunties.
your eyes.
It's one child policy. And
China's
yeah,
Ignore them.
not
I mean-
anymore. But all I'm saying is all these things are different, right? And,
Match point.
these kids are depressed. They don't want to work the same way their parents did. They weren't coming out of. Listen, our parents worked a lot harder. The closer your parents were to like partition, the more trauma they had, the more willing they were able, like, to work to get some sort of security, right?
Yep.
So And if that's not like your case or like someone's case in particular, we can see the broader trend there, right?
Yep,
When
I'm out of here.
your kids are coming in and they're depressed and there's no sense of belonging and there's all these things, the prices are starting to go up because
I'm out of here.
China has to keep its business. So India has a prime incentive.
Gotta
It
go.
has the youngest population in the world,
Bro.
okay? The biggest population in the world, and it's not giving them more.
Yeah,
Why?
I do understand what you're saying, but you're saying it very vaguely. These things do take time. You know that too, Vijay. Come on.
No.
It's not gonna happen like, hey, we can just shoot up things. You have to do one thing at a time. You cannot do everything at the same time.
Because you're used to living in a bureaucracy, brother, and I'm trying to tell you that any country
That could
that's
be true,
successful
but
doesn't do it like this. You're too used to bureaucracy. You're too used to hearing, you know, we gotta wait for this guy to sign this paper, and then the next guy will sign the next paper 6 months from now, and then we'll come back and we'll have a talk about it, and then 6 months
enemy remaining.
from now we'll sign an amended update to this, and we'll come
Attackers
to this
win.
agreement, and we'll come to that
Now to
agreement.
mend what we
And then
have broken.
eventually, one very long day from now, we'll all do something that we should have did 10 years ago. That's how
Yeah.
Canada works. That's also
That's
how
how
Britain
India
works.
works too.
That's how India works too, is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to explain.
yeah.
And so I'm not explaining this to you in a weird way. I understand
Yeah.
how it works down to the T. But what I'm
Yeah.
explaining to you is if India ever wants to reclaim what it once
Match
was,
found.
without the Mughals or the British or anybody putting its hand in its pie,
Yeah.
it's by growing some fucking balls
Indeed.
and stop being fucking victims and pussies all the time.
There's no leadership that can do that, bro. I'm telling you honestly, for that to happen, you need good leadership and good people working at the right places. You've got corrupt people working at the right places, and the leadership is fucked. Oppositions are
Mercury,
fucked too.
let me tell you two things. You know,
Yeah.
this is me fresh out of high school, right? And you know, business is built off of, it's not built off of, it's built off of recognizing there's a problem. It's not, it doesn't matter how good your idea is.
Yeah.
Because if there's no market for it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I remember in 2016, I was just coming out of high school and I was doing my little clothing thing and I really thought I had a future. And then I started noticing this thing that I'm mentioning to you now, the whole made in India thing. I was following this from 2016. And it hit me at a certain point. I started talking to my friends and they all thought I was insane. And I was like, yo, maybe I should make an Indian equivalent to like Alibaba. And they're like, no, you're retarded. It's never going to work. Over
Search
time,
for
I
the
was like,
good
yeah,
in
you know
all
what?
things.
Like, it's India.
If there is none to be found.
And
Then
even
act
if I did do
decisively.
something like this, I don't have the money and I don't have this. And it'll never really work. So like, whatever, I'll just go on to like doing school. But if I was like a billionaire there, right? If I was sitting on my ass just wiping my ass with money there every day, and I was like the Mom Donnies or like the like one of those fucking rich bastards. It's just like what do you guys do every day with your life? Like fucking build pet zoos for your son and I don't know, like
hey, you're talking about Vantara.
I don't know his name, bro. But
Bro, that's really, hey, that's really interesting. Have you not seen Forest Galandi and everybody talking about it? That's a good thing. It's not a zoo.
I've watched a little bit, but here's the thing:
Hey.
when you have animals getting better treatment than like, I don't know how much about.
I mean, hey, it's not like they don't.
Here.
See, okay, fine. That's a very fair statement. Okay,
No.
that's
Listen, hold on. First off, you got
Spike down,
you got
B.
a woman getting her intestines getting pulled
One
out on a
enemy
bus.
remaining.
Sorry.
And there's elephants being treated like kings and queens. Okay, now, mind you, I love animals. I love
That
animals.
was 11 fucking, no, 15 fucking years ago. That is, okay, I'm not saying it doesn't happen anymore. Of course it does happen. But I mean, you cannot stop a racist by money, but you can help the suffering. If that guy spends money to serves animals and then also runs a lot of charities and all. I'm not saying he's a saint. I'll tell you, he has that zoo, that place only to save taxes. That's why he has it. The incentive he has made around it is okay, he serves animals, that's a good thing, but it's mainly for taxes. His company saves a lot of tax. That's why it's there. But you can't take it as like doing the good
No,
deed.
good deed.
Be at
I'm
peace.
not talking down on the. You're
Enemy
misplacing-
spotted mid.
My argument isn't you can't do that. My argument is when you have rich people, they're the ones that trickle down the wealth into and so in the US, mind you, this is a broken model in the US, but the whole point of like lower taxes is so that you take your what you would have paid for taxes, you create
One enemy remaining.
okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, instead of him having tax, why not get rid of the tax and, capitulate as a government
Bro.
to spend that money in jobs for the people that need it and build your economy. That's the absurdity.
Last enemy taken out.
Wealth. But
Hmm.
the argument isn't that you shouldn't take care of that. And there's another argument to be made that they should be left in captivity, but people are going to kill them. So I get it. You need to do it. But they don't need a royal palace and spend like billions of dollars.
Fucking guy. My dad actually got an
This is gonna
invitation. He
be
went
fun.
and saw that place closely. He got the official invitation to go and visit that place. And I was not allowed, but I would have loved to go just to experience it. But he told me the same thing. As soon as you step out of that place, it's like another day. And as soon as you step out, 2 kilometers down the line,
अरे यार मैं तो मस्ती कर रहा था.
Last player standing.
Needs a made in India campaign. If you want a bigger piece of the pie, you gotta take it. No one's gonna give it to you.
Last round before the switch.
My only argument is it doesn't like India talks big about like like Elon Musk, what is this guy gonna do? India has Indians here. It's like
No. See, everybody is in support of Elon doing business here. The clip you're talking about, that guy is Mahindra's CEO. That guy has his own company in India. Car manufacturing country. Yeah. Now that is coming into F1. Indian company, Mahindra. That was the guy who said that Elon cannot do business here and all. So that is something of a business point, right? But it's also true at the same time that the Indian government is not compliant or easily.
कहाँ जाता है हर
Yeah,
बार?
they're not making it easy for Musk to, because of course India. If you launch Starlink in India,
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
half the people didn't have internet. What the fuck?
Exactly. I was gonna make the Starlink argument, but I don't know how
Bro.
when I was in the job, I was when I was 5. I remember like how you run out of electricity with the generators. I don't know if that's still the case there.
It is.
Okay, so
Switching sides.
there's huge problems with internet. Infrastructure. And you could use guys like Elon Musk coming in to solve your problems.
Exactly. But you know what they're doing about electricity? Like this is off topic, but we are doing like next month I'm doing that as well. Because of all the electrical issues and all, the government is now giving you subsidies, almost 50% off, to establish solar panels in your home, which would make electricity free for you. No electricity bill for you. And we are doing that too. From next month, Indian made solar panels at every home, but you still have to pay for it. But the whatever the amount is from a third party company, right? Private company, it's half of it. And then and the guarantee is for 30 years. That's a good thing.
You get that,
My bad.
100% for your solar panel. Now, I'm gonna ask you a couple.
I'll probably end stream
Yeah,
after this
let's
match.
start from the top down. Who's making the solar panels?
It's
Spike planted.
paired with the government, like the government sponsored them in some way that okay, we need to do something to.
So I'm being corrected here. There's an Indian company that's starting up that's making solar.
Last player standing.
I'm not aware of which companies making the solar panel, but I'm pretty sure it's being done anyway.
This is a 50-50, but I'd argue that China has a monopoly on solar panels, and it probably is being sourced from China.
Maybe, could be, yeah, could be. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to say things that I'm not sure.
This is an integral part of the argument. This is
it is. Yeah.
Because for rare earth minerals right now for the U.S., the problem is
I must
China
stop
keeps
their reign.
buying out all the mining sites for rare earth minerals. They keep buying them out so much so that in Canada they bought out Canada's rare earth mineral sites.
Yeah.
And even Canada has this issue of where do we put our own fucking rare earth minerals because we sold our own to fucking China. So what China does is if
Satisfied.
they don't need to use it because once they buy
अबे मैंने खुद को ही blind कर दिया यार.
so they're playing chess.
One enemy remaining.
If India has gotten around this somehow, I'll be really impressed, but I highly doubt it. But let's say they have.
I mean, yeah, but my whole point is that
Was that important?
if you see 1.4 billion people, if you can
Match
make,
point.
somehow you can give 50% off to establishing solar panels in your fucking home. That's a big deal, but no matter where it comes from. Yeah, especially for something like India.
But here's the thing, I have two more follow-ups. The second one, I don't know how energy grids work in India, but are you using that into the city? So like,
Exactly.
Here's my problem, right? So in Toronto, they don't let you do this, but if you go to the US, in particular states, if you have a solar panel up, you're collecting your own energy.
Ultimate is ready.
You can then
Spike down A.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's what we are gonna do next year. If you have plans, our government says if you have plans. So, my family, we are, to be very frank, one of the elites in our states. Okay? We have tons of land, and the government, my dad talked and all, and they were like, we have plans. We want to establish
Last player standing.
every solar panel, which would be not for your usage.
Your
but just
duty
on the
is
land.
not over.
The total cost would be around $1 million, which is 7 crore rupees. And then
One enemy remaining.
they will pay us money. for
Last
electricity
player standing.
generated by those solar panels on our roof. So we sell the electricity to them.
Defenders win.
Do not fight
So
us
they-
again.
As of right now, it is allowed. I don't know about the future.
Okay, so you're talking about this from the perspective of a mass landowner. I'm discussing this to you as
Alright,
just
mates.
a general,
I hope
just
this
as a
was a good
general
stream,
citizen,
though.
Yeah. So from that perspective,
is the average citizen gonna be able to put a solar panel on his roof?
yeah, I'll tell
and
you.
sell that energy back?
I know about that too because I'm doing it next month, right? So they told us
Bye
you will
bye.
get
See you
this
in the
many
next
amount of units
one.
per year, right? And now let's say you get 1,084.
Look, hey, why do I know that my time coming up? Out of my mind, all my time ain't enough. Stayed on my grind many times, I was stuck. Had to wax the rail, rip betray out like I'm young, cause I am in the scenes I got. Little more to give y'all than the people I'm not. Step foot in the game, young lives change, Hate them more cause I'm up and I don't even fly like, but I'm here. I see rappers lying, dark roads, high things. I know they hiding, but what you hiding from? You tryna run, you know I'm about to grill your ass. Hey, look, know it's my time, you must not rise. You was on my time when I ride in the beat. Manipulate time like you do with they minds. I'm sick and tired of the lies that you preach. Only up I climb, I'ma leave y'all down. I can show y'all high like the birds and the bees. Everybody tryna stunt like they know the fuck is up. I know everybody stuck to a certain degree. They all hide it, that ain't something I'm with. Always keep it 10 toes. And if I choke up, I'm licking motions. Throw me to this paper, hey, I see you later, shit. shouldn't waste time with you goofies, but ooh, I fucking hate you. Now what you hiding from? You tryna run? You know I'm about to grill your ass. Hey, boy, you tripping like a blind man. You can't see how you think you can fly past my wide wings. Try to wriggle down with you, that's fine by me. Only drip you ever had when they provide IVs. Ain't a doctor, got my doctor in a life, little man. Asking like I care about the price, little man. Ain't how you did, I had a dice in my hand. Doing what I knew I was against, what y'all saying. And over my head, the ones that's with me solid. Rocks it, I've been leaning on to keep me up and climbing. This is what the climb is. Word to Miley Cyrus, I will never change. I